Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. Um, Welcome to Sisters Talk TV. My name is Sin. I'm one half of Sisters Talk TV. And guys, we have some Real Housewives of Atlanta updates and news. We're just going to chit chat all the things that's been happening this week. We have a few people here, so I'll let everyone introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. I am Lucy, one half of Sisters Talk TV, and you are welcome. Hope you're enjoying your Friday, and hope to get the show started. Of course, all of our Real Housewives of Atlanta lovers out there. I know there's been a lot going on, but I cannot wait to dive into the topic. So I'll let the other attendee introduce himself.
Hello, world. I am the King of Shade. I am here to bring the shade, to bring the laughter, to get some spill some tea, to give us a commentary on these peaches in Atlanta, honey. Because we've been waiting and trying to figure out what is going on down in the ATL, y'all. So I'm excited to be here on Sister Talks TV.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Jasper, for joining us today. He is the king of shade over on Instagram. So please, definitely check him out and stuff, especially if you're watching the replay. Definitely check him out on Instagram at the king of shade. Okay, so we're gonna just I'm gonna go ahead and put in um the countdown just to let some people in the room. And then we'll go ahead and start with our little chit chat for Real Housewives of Atlanta update. And I already see our girl already in the room. Hey, B Stuck. Hey, B Stuck. Hey, B. Thank you for joining us. Hey, hey. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put in the countdown to let some more people in the room, and just give us a little hey, let us know that you're watching. So we will be back. All right, all right, all right. So we are back. Okay, so it's been a lot. It's been a lot that's been going on these past few days on Real Housewives of Atlanta. A lot of changes that's been going on. And we're here to just, have a chit chat, talk about it, talk through this. What is the future of the show so far with everything that's been going on? So, as you can see from the thumbnail, there's been a major just update. You can see the two people who are who may not be joining the show, or we have one that's confirmed and one not so. It's kind of a slippery slope for now, but let's go ahead and get to the topics. Okay, so what are your thoughts so far on Portia? Let's start with Portia leaving the show.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll go first and just give my opinion or some of my thoughts. Well, to be quite honest with you, I am not. I've never been a big Portia fan. I can just be honest about that. So I don't really feel that her presence in the show is going to bring the show down or whether it's going to take a turn for the worse. I really felt like, I mean, she did bring up, different storylines each season. However, I feel like, Portia is like she's head over heels because I feel like she knows she's probably going to be the topic of the conversation for all the women in there, especially with her relationship with Simon and then just some other developments with her new gig. So like the Pursuit of Happiness, a show that she has going on. So I feel like and in other words, I feel like she possibly felt like maybe she's going to be getting more and possibly than what she's getting on with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And maybe she felt like she's also she's the most wanted because just of her storylines. She knows that a lot of people will be tuned in for that. So she felt like maybe she should ask Bravo for just more, more money or more compensation because she felt like, they need her. So that's just kind of how I just kind of look at this whole situation when it comes to Portia.
Mm. Well, I look at it completely different. I call bullshit on her leaving the show because I feel like she's leaving because she can't handle that smoke and that fire that these girls are gonna let her have, and the fans are gonna let her have because of the situation that she's currently in. And my thing is this: it's not fair for her just to walk away because she is too fragile and weak of a woman to stand in what she's done. If you're a real ass woman, you're gonna stand in and you're gonna own it. You're gonna say, yeah, you know what, I am with him. Yeah, y'all may not like the choices I made and being with somebody that I knew was married, but hey, it is what it is. But she not real, clearly, because she running away with her tail tucked between her legs, and she is diverting, dealing with this the drama that she had, with the messiness of it all. So I feel like this is her way to escape it and to go hide like the coward that she is. So her leaving is not her leaving because she's ready to leave the show. She's been on the show consistently for 9 seasons. Now all of a sudden, because you done married or getting married to a married man at the time, now you done got engaged to a married man and y'all getting married, or now not get married. No, he's not married anymore, but that he was married at the time they got together, and you know that you're gonna be pressed with questions about that situation. They're gonna press Simon about the situation about Fallon. So now you want to go run and hide, and you want to run from the show, and and run to Africa because clearly from what I've been watching and listening and following her, she done went to Africa to learn their trade so she can convert over there and become the new queen of Africa, honey. So this bitch had the plan. Like, so I'm not shocked she quit the show. So she didn't quit because she wanted to leave. She quit because she finna become the queen of Africa over there and really become the queen of Thailand because she always said she was the queen of Thailand. So she finna have her own little land over there, y'all. So that's her whole MO. She want to lead the show. So Simon and her won't be embarrassed like they already are. And it is what it is. Sayonara. I won't cry. I know I won't lose no sleep. So
Yeah. To be totally honest, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up her letter. So for some of those people, like some people who weren't able to capture her letter, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it up. Hopefully, I think this is the right one. Okay, and I just want to say thank you. This is all from the Peach Report. They um were able to get a shot of the letter, a snippet of the letter. So I'm not gonna read it out loud, but I just want to go ahead and like just kind of dissect why she is leaving. So pretty much she's saying that she's leaving. Um from the whole thing I'm getting from the letter is she's leaving the show because she wants to focus on her, pretty much focus on herself, the pursuit of Portia. She has a book coming out, and it looks like she's maybe working on other projects as well.
Nelson, that's kind of like where I was tying that into where I was trying to say she probably has um more, maybe there's more compensation to whatever she's doing, like more money coming in. And she's probably used the Real Housewives of Atlanta as a stepping stone, and now she has maybe other opportunities that she wants to probably venture off. So maybe she felt like by putting out this letter, she probably feels like, okay, maybe if I put out this letter, they're gonna call, they're really going to maybe my pay grade is going to be a little bit better than all of the ladies. So maybe she feels like she's the best catch. She's like that, the peach, where she's gonna bring, bring the storylines. Everyone's going to be, watching her. So she probably felt like, okay, if I put this letter out here, then they're going to try to, like, they're really gonna want me even more and maybe boost my pay grade up. So that's just kind of how I look at that letter. because I felt like, you know, she just head over heels because again she has this the Simon situation, and she felt like this is gonna be one of her biggest storylines, and she possibly also feels like everybody wants to hear it. So why not, you know, let me be the highest paid, or you know, boost my pay grade.
Oh man, it is. I mean, um, I don't even know what to say at this moment. I mean, so far from what I'm seeing it, and guys, okay, so from what I'm seeing it, I feel two things. And this is how I'm just gonna think. I feel two ways about it. I feel one, she wants to leave the show because she wants to save the content, with her and Simon, everything that's been going on for her own reality show. Like, I mean, if you think about it, why not? Like, okay, if we were in that position, right, and we were on a show like Real Housewives of Atlanta, and you had this major scandal in your life, would you allow another creator take that and make their own content, or would you have a reality show that revolves around you, who the content is based on, right, who the content is based on, um and profit out of that? Or would you send the storyline to a network, well, not like, to the creators of Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Mm.
So I think that's one of the reasons when I was looking at it, I think that's one of the reasons why I feel like she's choosing to leave the show, because if this was a big scandal, like it was honestly a big scandal from this summer, like the Simon, what's
Fallon.
Fallon and Portia, that was a really big scandal. So, and I mean, it is her life, right? So it's her life, and she's obviously going to have a reality, possibly have like a reality show or so. And look at, okay, so, and at the end of her letter, she says that you'll just have to wait and see. So I'm thinking, okay, this is she's obviously going to come out with the reality show.
I mean, yeah. I mean, she's been filming her reality show. I call it a commercial, like an 8 episode commercial. Because they're not really long episodes, about 30-minute episodes. They're really quick. Portia's not that interesting at all to carry a show on her own, because when her baby shower special did, I watched it. It was boring and dry. It was not entertaining. Like, she's not an entertaining character by herself. She needs an ensemble to help her be entertaining. So so her separating herself from the Housewives of Atlanta, I see it as a strategic move, because if she does it on her own show, she can edit it in her favor to manipulate the viewing audience to think that her and Simon's union was meant to be this whole love affair, to get the supporters and her delusional fans. 'Cause half of them are delusional, not all of them, but half of them are delusional. Because they don't seem to think that she can do anything wrong. To support her and encourage this relationship that she know in her heart was jacked up. She know what she did was wrong. Like, it's she knows it, and I feel like it's a lot of guilt that she's dealing with, because she knows that she would have to own it had she been a part of the Atlanta Girls. She would have to own it at the reunion or during this season. She would have to come out and say, "Yeah, I was wrong. Yeah, I made a mistake in how I went about doing A, B, C, and D." So her going and doing her own separate thing is a way for her not to have to own it, admit to it, because nobody in her family is going to press her for anything. Nobody. They're going to support her. They're going to encourage her. They're not going to ask her to questions. They're not going to bribe her like those girls and the other girls in Georgia on the Housewives of Atlanta would have done. They would have pressed her for the truth. So Portia's whole decision to leave was calculated, planned. I mean, she kind of gave signs away. She quit this nation. Then she went to Africa. Her and Simon got her a ring, or she got Simon a ring. So, like, everything's all coming together. So it's very strategic in what she's doing, because I do believe by the end of the year she's probably going to either get married to Simon, or at the beginning of next year they will have a wedding that probably will be filmed for Bravo. I'm already saying it because I can see, because she's very, very calculated. She may be dumb, but she's very calculated. She may not have a brain, but she's very calculated.
Oh my, wow. I love. Okay, you brought up some good points. Definitely Jasper, and I just want to go ahead and go back to the point where you talked about accountable. You pretty much talked about she doesn't want to be held accountable for her actions. I really like that point that you brought up. Um, because I, I don't think she wants to be held accountable because you have people who are going to those girls are going to question her if she comes back. The likes of
especially in the
Kenya
likes of
Moore.
Kenya Moore.
Oh
Yes,
yeah, the
They're
Miss Kenya
queen.
Moore
Hmm.
they're going to
is
definitely be questioning her like this. Yeah, they're definitely going to be questioning her, and we don't even know who's going to be coming. Like the new people they're going to be bringing back. So they're going to be going deep into that storyline. So, well, what happened? When did this start? Like all those questions are definitely going to be asking for sure. All right.
Oh yeah.
Um. um okay. So B says this was a terrible decision, but she'll be back 2 seasons. Um, two seasons, 2 seasons top. I think so. I definitely think so. And B says she also wants to control the narrative.
Yes,
I think
honey. You there you go.
that's what it is. That's what it is. She wants to control the narrative of the story. But they probably I don't know, and this is all allegedly. They probably didn't give her that ex- is it executive producer rights in order for her to control like okay what can or cannot be said.
Hmm. Yeah, she's not a producer. She didn't get producer credits, I don't think, to be able to tell them what she can and can't say. But we know Portia last season, she pulled a move last season with the girls and had them cut scenes and stuff out that made her look bad when it was saying to that Black Lives Matter movement. Because we're not gonna go there. But we know Portia is the queen of stunts and shows. So she can pull a move and pull a power move with the production of her spinoff. Trust and believe she will.
Right, right. Trust and believe she will. Right. Okay, so the question is, do you think she's gonna be coming back?
I think yeah, I think she'll come back. She come back in 2 years. She'll be pregnant. She'll come back pregnant with Simon's baby, and it'll be a whole big hurrah return of pregnant Portia with a new baby and her coming into her life, and her and Simon all lovey dovey like they're just like they have this perfect situation. And she'll come back in because Andy already put out there in the universe. It's just a pause. So he's banking on her to come back. So I believe she's gonna come back. I believe that.
Right. Now let's talk about Andy really quickly. So Andy also, she posted the letter, right? So we kind of got a detail of the letter. So we have the likes of Andy and also Candy, wishing her well on her like her leaving the show, wishing her positivity, just good stuff, right? So it seems like Andy's really taking this well, and the castmates are also. It seems like they're taking it well. So to me, I feel like they know that she's not going to return this season, but next season she's definitely coming back. Like she's not leaving Raw Housewives of Atlanta for good.
Chad, I can't. But to come to Andy fake it's a $2 bill. Andy just he looking at the financial gain at the end of the day and the ratings. So he's banking on her to come back because since he didn't get to capture this whole mess on camera. He's banking her to return with some more mess. So if she comes back, and like I said, comes back pregnant. That's gonna be the $1 million season for him. And Candy, she faking phony because she don't like Portia. They're not friends. She faking till she can make it because there's no way in the world that somebody, a real regular person, would ever befriend someone that would lie on them and accuse them of committing a crime that could have destroyed their career and imprisoned them. So there's no way Candy is genuinely upset or genuinely gonna miss Portia on that show. There's no way because in that case then we could bring Phaedra back and let Phaedra replace Portia on the show. Miss Candy Yams. That if you're gonna be faking phone and bring Phaedra back, y'all can fake it till you make it.
But I'm looking at this from a different perspective when it comes to what Candy said to her. Maybe she was just saying it, just maybe out of just a different context. Like she really meant that, hey, I didn't, she didn't mean that she was leaving. Like she didn't like, you know, thought that she would leave. So I think that maybe possibly for me, I'm looking at it as if Candy was sincere with her question and her concern. Um, Now I feel like with Phaedra coming back, I feel like that's going to definitely turn the show and then where we won't even be looking at Portia, right? Because I feel like Candy and Phaedra, if they bring Phaedra back, I feel like they have a lot of unresolved issues, and I feel like this could just be that season where this, they can move forward, or whatever is going to be. Like there's, they can just try to find ways to like, amend their problems. So no one will be looking at Portia. No one will be wondering what Portia is doing, because I think that if we have Phaedra come in, I think that we won't even need Portia or won't even think about Portia, what she has to offer for the show. So I do agree about that.
Yeah, because Portia, she wasn't the star of the show when she was on the show. Like the star of the show was Kenya Moore. That was her show. Like Kenya carries that show. She's been carrying that show since season 5. Like Portia was just an extra on the show to me. Portia was just that side girl, that just bubbleheaded girl, just there to be an airhead. Like Portia was never the breakout star to me. Portia was just that girl from Decatur who don't mind getting ratchet and fighting and throwing hands, because she started off on the show as a housewife, but she really was not a housewife, but she came on as a quote unquote housewife. But we all saw the evolution because Andy wants to use an evolution. We saw her evolution because she evolved into a whore, the biggest whore on Bravo Network. So we saw her evolution, which is a bad evolution because she's leaving this show as a whore. Like her whole ending of the show was her being exposed as a whore. So what a way to end the show for Portia. Like I would have thought she would have wanted to come back to clear that up, to end on a more positive note. You're gonna exit the show, you would exit with class, not like trash. I'm just saying.
Hmm. Well, it's you're right about that, because at some point we definitely have to get this cleared up. Like, know exactly what happened with her, and because last time we checked, her and Fallon, they were in the pool together. It seemed like they were all friends and stuff. So it's like people do have a lot of questions. Like, the girls may have a lot of questions, like when did this whole relationship start with Simon? What exactly, how did this come about? So I feel like Portia knows that, if she returns this season, that there will be questions for her, that there will be a lot of questions. And hey, it may be a lot of the woman's storyline. Like, oh, they're trying to like pick from Portia, see what is happening. So I feel like Portia is just like, what, I'm not gonna face this heat. I don't have time. I'm not even gonna be, you know, um, like the center talk or the center storyline for these women. So I'm gonna go, pursue what I need to do, and just, have my own gig going on. So Portia's like, nah, maybe when everything dies down, I'll come back. So that's probably why Andy put that this is just a pause for right now, because he knows that, she's probably going to come back. Of course, I don't think Portia's leaving. I don't think she's leaving this show for real. For real. I think that Portia's going to come back, because I feel like she really, needs this check. So I feel like, you know, she's not leaving.
Well, I think she's going, and they start filming this month, so I think she's going because the timing makes perfect sense because they start filming literally like either next week or the week after. So if she's leaving, she made the announcement at the perfect time because they literally start filming this month. So I think she's done. I think she's making her exit off the show to do her thing off the show, whatever she's doing with Simon in her book that nobody gonna really buy but her delusional fans. And I hope she has somebody proofread, edit it, and write it for her because we know she ain't too rap too tight on the brain. So we know she's not the most educated because if you think 265 days are in a year, you ain't that educated. If you think the Underground Railroad was an existing railroad, I definitely would not want you writing a book for me to read. So I hope she got her a good editor, a good grammar person, people around her that help to write this book that she's gonna put out to the world. Because who cares about Portia's life? The pursuit of what? Hoism? Like what you gonna teach me?
Oh my God, Joshua, you are on a roll tonight. Oh my. You came gun blazing tonight.
Not with
So,
Portia. She just do.
so one of the main questions I feel like I really want to ask this question. So, first, let me ask this question: do you guys actually think that the relationship with her and Simon is for real, or is this like a business, a transaction?
I think it's transactional. I think it's very transactional because Portia sees dollar signs. See, Portia sees a lifestyle and a life that's going to be set for her in Pilar. And if they if she has a baby with Simon, that'll be set and solidified for the rest of her life and their lives. So it's more of a financial gain for her. And I think that and for him as well because he wants to be a reality star. Like Simon has made it known that he likes this life. He likes to be in front of the camera. So I mean, he's getting his deal of it because now he's going to be on the show all about him. So it's for him. It's him. It's a gain of being a celebrity. For Portia, it's the financial gain. It's the money gain. She gives him her wop. She gets his cash. And it all works together. So hey, yeah.
Sin, what do you think? Sin, what do you think?
I mean, to be quite honest, and you guys, I feel like I'm talking amongst Kenya lovers. I'm just the only like I like Portia, so I'm gonna be hiding behind a rock. But I'm talking amongst Kenya lovers, and I'm over here like Portia. But okay, but I'm gonna keep it very like honest. To me, I definitely felt like it was of course I feel it was definitely a big scandal for sure, a really big scandal, and I thought it was for a reality show, not a reality show, but I thought it was like a business. I thought it was definitely like a business relationship, like a paparazzi relationship. But now kind of seeing their picture and their video going to Africa and stuff, and just kind of like I don't know, like I'm feeling the love. I don't know. Like my whole perspective has changed because initially when they started, I was like, okay, this is not gonna work out. But I'm honestly starting to feel like they may actually be in love. Portia and Simon may actually be in love.
mm. Yeah, I mean, you may receive that from this because you probably have received that, but I don't see the love. I just see she got her good catch, and and she's faking until she can make it because God's not gonna bless their union. He don't God don't bless no mess, and the way they got together was a hot mess.
It was,
It,
yeah.
it, it's not normal, and it's not what you think of when somebody meets someone. You don't meet someone's husband and you fall for someone's husband. That doesn't make sense. And someone that y'all may not have been best friends, but Fallon trust
Was your
built a
girl.
rapport with you, built enough of a rapport with you that she invites you to her inner sanctuary. Because no one's gonna bring a stranger into their home around their kids and around their spouse. So for this woman to bring you in her home, let you eat her food around her kids and her pool, and you lusting after her husband, because clearly, first she found Simon attractive, or found him, whatever about him she liked, and was wanting that clearly. And the whole entire time, she was lusting after this man, having googly eyes over this man, and so that's the part that's very shady and very just messed up because you were sitting there kikiing with Al and y'all on boats, y'all going to the clubs, kikiing and having a good time,
As
but the whole entire
in,
time you mess with you now you with her husband. Y'all been messing around since January of this year. Y'all been together, kicking it.
wow. And we did a live, we definitely talked more definitely about this whole their union. We talked in depth about this. We went live, we had discussion with other people and stuff. Like we don't to be quite honest, like we our stance was that the union was not it was a messy, like the way they came together was absolutely so messy. It was messy union. And we were also questioning their timeline. Well, when did they get together? Because they Stalin posted some encrypted message back in February, and then they split back in March, and then they officially divorced. So it was just a mess. So it's like, well, what was the actual timeline? Because they have had to, like, you know, been together a little bit longer than they were, then they when they first announced, like, okay, they're in a union. Um, so it's definitely questionable. But now I kind of want to get to, since we kind of segued into their Portia and Simon's relationship. Now let's kind of talk about maybe why did they actually go to Africa? And let's talk about this engagement. But before we get started on that, I just want to say hi, Sincere Kraken. Hey, 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 hey. Thank you for joining us, Sincere. We really appreciate that. And Sincere, pretty much he said he's not gonna tune in if Portia is not going to be there. So Sincere is not gonna tune in if Portia is not gonna be on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, how
Oh,
sad.
Sincere. Sincere. Okay. Um.
But before we move on, I have one more question. So,
Yes.
okay, so if we're saying that, if we're putting Portia, like if we're making it seem like, um, Portia, I'm gonna play the devil advocate here. Portia, for instance, was, possibly messing around with Simon and when he was with Fallon. So what about Fallon and her new boo? Like, wasn't there somewhere where Simon insinuated that she was messing around with his, I think he said it was his PA.
Child Simon just throwing out everything at Fallon because Fallon was exposing him for who he really was, and I don't trust someone that would trust. You can't trust someone like Simon's word. Like he doesn't seem trustworthy. So anything he says is questionable. Everything Fallon says regarding Portia and him adds up. The timeline, the receipts are there. So like her response to it, her whole interview she did about it was valid because clearly Simon has had other women besides Portia because he had someone else he's messing with 2 months or a month prior to Portia. So he has a whole thread of infidelity that was in their marriage, whereas he hasn't provided proof of Fallon's infidelity that he alleged that she had during their marriage. So like we have receipts from Fallon, we have nothing from Simon but his mouth.
Hmm. Okay. Could be. It's a lot of speculations and yeah. All right, we can.
Woo! Simon, Simon, Simon. Simon, Simon,
Child.
Simon. Okay, so before they actually got married, it's like they got hitched in Vegas. I don't know. That's what it seemed like. I don't know. But they actually went to Nigeria. They went back to Simon's town. They went back to Benin. That's where Simon is from. So they went to Nigeria. And I remember when I was, keeping up with this on Instagram and stuff, I was like, okay, like it looks like they went back for occasion. But I was actually thinking that they actually went back for introduction, you know, like as a like a traditional introduction, so Simon can introduce Portia to maybe his mom, his family members in Nigeria, because that's kind of like, whenever you want to marry someone and stuff in the culture, you do an introduction. So I was thinking that Simon brought Portia back home, his hometown, to do an introduction, an official introduction, to let his mom, his people, that this is the person that I would like to marry. So that's what I was thinking.
I agree. I feel like it was like a ceremonial thing to introduce her, to indoctrinate her into their this culture, their culture, to help convert her over into to that culture, into their rules and this and that. Because in Africa, they can have multiple wives, so he probably had she probably wife number three. All we know, four, five, six, like it's down the line. So it's not like she's nothing special, and because he took Fallon down there, I'm pretty sure. So it's like, okay, it's Portia's the next wife on the list. I believe it's a whole ceremonial thing for him to introduce Miss Portia to his people. But I'm wondering, if his mother is aware of Portia's behavior on the show. She's seen her on the House of Atlanta, because I want to know her what she thinks or would think of Portia as a daughter-in-law, because African women, they have high standards. So I'm wondering.
That is a good question. That really
That
is.
is, yeah, and also, he has a picture of his mom. It's like his mom, Portia. I just didn't want to put it up here because it's his mom, but I guess it's already on. But I was like, no. But they did take a picture together. But yeah. So Lucy, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I said that's a good point. So this makes me, because I don't think, did we well, we didn't know Simon then, but I was going to say, did he ever introduce Fallon to his people back at home? Did he do that for her? Because I mean, they were married for what, 3 years?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure she's met his mother. I'm gonna believe that. I'm gonna say yes. I think that he did introduce her to his mother, because they've been married a long time, and then they do have children, her children and his children. So I do think that their families have had to have met in some form. Or I'm gonna say and go on out on a limb and say yes, she's met his mother. That's why I say Portia is nothing special, because he was married to Fallon, so they met her. Now you got this new woman coming in the picture.
So this
And,
is like it's basically like a pattern for Simon, right? Because doesn't he has other kids and he's been
yes,
married? Yeah, so it's just like he probably a polygamy, like he, of course, multiple
polygamous.
women. Yeah, so he's that's probably what he's into. Of course, in Nigerian culture, we see a lot of that. So
Hmm.
that's something he's into, and his people are probably like, oh, they're okay with it because hey, it is what it is, right? So they're probably um not too concerned.
Hmm.
And again, Simon has how many, and then for his mom, for instance, she's probably like, at this point she doesn't really care much because this is not his first wife, it's not his second. I'm
Hmm.
pretty sure Portia is not his last wife. Let's
No.
just let's just put that out there. Let's just put that out there. We're seeing some things, some scenarios, and there's going to be some changes in the future, and we can already see it. So it's a pattern for Simon. Simon wants to be in the limelight because who knew? Didn't wasn't there a? I'm not sure. I don't know if this is somewhere where it was mentioned that Simon did not really want Fallon to be a part of this like show because we barely saw him, right? We barely saw him. The only time we really
Hmm.
saw him was in that pool, and when they were in the pool episode, right? When
Hmm.
poor shady, when they were all in the pool, and Simon was over there somewhere just looking at the woman, and knowing good and well Portia was him and Portia already had something going on.
Hmm.
So, well, I'm gonna say allegedly. So, yeah, like, isn't that so? How everything is just turning out, and now Simon is all over the internet. He's posting more. He wants to be seen. It's interesting, right? First, he didn't want to be in the limelight, and now he is in the limelight. So it's something. That's why I'm saying this could be transactional. This could be a business deal.
It is. It is. And Portia has no, like, I mean, Portia doesn't have any standards, morals, or values, or class. Clearly, she doesn't respect herself as a woman, because she's doing things that a real woman wouldn't do. A real woman would never want to take another woman's leftovers. Just not what real women do. So Portia doesn't. So I don't expect much from Portia. I expect this from Portia.
Yeah,
So
I agree. I don't. And Sin, you can chime in as well. It's not the fact that we're Kenya lovers over here, but we're just stating facts, right? It's like we didn't expect this. We didn't expect more from Portia. This is just a typical Portia Peach Juice Williams. Yeah. So
yeah, she
yeah,
learned from her mama. Her mama raised her to be a gold digger.
Oh.
Hmm. I'm
Mhm.
just saying, Miss Diane is 100. She's a professional gold digger. So,
allegedly,
yeah.
allegedly.
Whoa, yeah, like, oh, Portia. I mean, I
But
feel, I definitely feel like, she saw the influence from Shamia. This is my take, and this is my take on. I feel like she saw definitely the influence. Shamia is married to an East African, so and allegedly they're doing what very well for themselves. So she's like, okay, well, Simon, maybe she just wanted to date someone who was older and Simon was available. Simon was there. But it is kind of weary. It's definitely weary.
I mean, and my thing is like Portia, like girl, if Simon messed around on Fallon when they were married, do you think he's gonna be faithful to your ass? Do you think he's
And
not gonna have somebody else, some other chick outside of you? That's what I want to know. That's what if I could ask you that question. That's what I want to know. Do you have full faith and confidence that Simon's going to stay faithful to you and not cheat on you the way he did Fallon with
ex-
you?
exactly. That's a good point because I remember when Simon first did his little intro. Well, like the reason why him and Fallon kind of got divorced. One thing he kept saying was he attracts the same kind of women. Like it's like over and over again. It's like, well, Simon, if you know that this is your problem, this is the type of woman that you always attract. Maybe you need to take some time off and learn how to enjoy your own personal space. You must not always be married. You can be single. You can be single and learn. Okay, well, what is actually going on, you know? So, and we talked about that like when this whole Fallon and Simon situation was going on. Like he kept he kept saying, "Well, I attract the same kind of women over and over again." It's like, "Well, Simon, just learn how to be single. Learn how to enjoy your personal space." And now he is engaged to Portia. And they're actually going to be planning their wedding. So be out on the lookout. Jasper, Lucy, be out on the lookout for Portia and Simon 2022.
Hmm.
Be out on the lookout for that because this is a little heartfelt message that Simon said to Portia. I'm not going to read it out, but pretty much thanking her for all the memories, the months that they spent all together. And yeah,
Hmm.
they're going to be planning a wedding for 2022.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Portia better realize, honey, how you get them is how you lose them, boo.
I'm telling you. So just be on the lookout. So hopefully she's shining her eyes. She needs to
She better
shine.
get pregnant. She better get pregnant in 2022 because she wants to secure that bag so bad. There's one way to secure it. She better get pregnant. Which
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure she's working on it. I'm pretty sure she's working hard on getting pregnant.
Portia.
I mean, do we feel like that's going to be a keeper for her and Simon? Like to keep
No,
Simon?
bag. It's the
So
bag.
yeah, well, let's. Okay, so let me say it this way.
Hmm.
I think that Simon is possibly is smarter than what we're actually thinking. Don't just think that Porsche's, again, we did say it's a business, it's a transaction. But I don't think that because I don't think that Fallon had a child with Simon, correct?
I'm not. Can't say yes or no. I'm not sure if she.
Y-
I
Yeah.
think she had a miscarriage. I believe. Cause
Okay.
she
So
she said yeah. I
I
think she said she had. I think she did say that she was pregnant by him before. So I'm assuming either she lost the baby or something happened. But but she said she was
yeah,
pregnant
because
with him before.
okay, because I was going to say um, that Simon is all him. He's also smart, right? He's also calculative as well. Just like whatever Portia is on, Simon's probably 2 steps ahead, and he's like, you know what? He's probably thinking, well, you're not going to get pregnant on my watch. I think this is just because he knows once possibly if Portia does fall pregnant, he knows that that's already like half of his whatever he's worth. Portia, that moves on to Portia. Like, I feel like I don't think that he wants any of his assets. I think he just wants to continue to gain. So I think with that, he's just trying to be careful. I don't think he's really wanted to really just have a baby with Portia out of nowhere. Because I think that he knows how Portia moves. I don't think he's really taking this. This is a serious thing.
Oh, of course
Because
not. Oh, of course not. I agree with you.
Yeah, I think that Simon is 2 steps ahead. Whatever it is, it's definitely transactions, definitely business. Maybe some marketing going on, some branding, or some type of deal is going
Hmm.
on with Simon and Portia. But I don't think that Simon is definitely into making babies, and I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but I just feel like he doesn't want to be put in that. He doesn't want to put in that place because he
Oh,
knows
he don't
there's a
want
lot of
to.
yeah, there's going to be a lot of losses for him if he does.
But he don't want to, but he doesn't want to, but she gonna set it up so it can happen. She gonna set it in motion. She has a plan. He may not want to, but she can make it happen whether he wants to or not. So she don't have to have his permission to get what she needs to make the baby happen.
And then, yeah, I mean, we can go days and days about this situation because there's so many like holes to their story, and like we don't actually even know what exactly what their plan is. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see because I definitely sense reality show.
Oh yeah,
Reality show for sure.
oh yeah.
For sure. Now, um, all right, okay. So we talked about Portia leaving. Woo, Portia leaving.
Woohoo! Yes.
Portia is leaving. Now, Cynthia. Cynthia announced earlier this week she is going to be leaving Real Housewives of Atlanta. But there's a kicker. But for now, she's leaving Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I didn't get her letter because I think she posted it, but I wasn't able to catch it. I think she might have deleted it or something. But I was able to get a screenshot of the letter from, let me make sure, from the Peach Report. And so they big shout outs to them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and post her letter on here. But how do y'all feel about Cynthia leaving?
I'm
Josh, right now, what you want to say?
bye, Cynthia. Bye, 50 Cent. Like, your time was up. Like, I mean, I mean, she had nothing else to. There was nothing else she could give us. Like, she got married twice. She started another business. She got divorced. We've seen her lose friends, gain new friends. We've seen her daughter go to college. Like, there's nothing else that she could have shown us. So, I felt like it's been her time to leave. Like, honestly, Cynthia should have been fired after season 9, when Patricia left the show. Cynthia should have left the show with Peter. They should have exited together, because I mean, there was it. Like, after season 9, she had nothing else going on. And then she ended up getting married 2 seasons later. But I mean, she really should have been going then. Like, Cynthia really has not been an entertaining person on the show for years. So her exit, I'm not shocked. And I also feel like, Cynthia was given a chance to spin it, because I'm here for a good spin when the network allows you to create your own narrative for your exit because Cynthia was fired months ago. She was fired about 4 months ago. The child went on Wendy Williams show and let us know that they didn't give her no contract. So now all of a sudden you're gonna say, "Oh, I made the difficult and heartfelt decision to exit." No, baby girl, they let your ass go. Like this, they let you go, girl. You got fired. We know it. Like, girl, we you already said it. But I get it. But it's like, girl, like you didn't choose to leave. They didn't give you an option. You had to go. Like they was not gonna pay you 6 figures to come back to give us nothing. So, Cynthia is what it is. Cynthia was a sweet lady on the show. She's very sweet. Was a good neutral person, but I mean, the time was up.
Yeah, Cynthia's honestly, Cynthia's time has been up. Let's just be honest. Let's really be honest. Cynthia for so long, and I'm not saying that Cynthia didn't bring nothing to the show because she was, I would say, the mediator and some of the issues that would happen with some of the ladies. But Cynthia, really, besides that, she didn't really bring that. I think she was just a tag along and some of these issues. And sometimes she didn't really have much to offer when it comes to what was going on or whether or not she had a storyline. The last episode, last season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, the only storyline we can remember was just her wedding. Correct me if I'm wrong. And that was basically it. And that's all that we got. And then her new relationship with Mike Hills. And that was basically it, what we got from Cynthia. And then also past seasons ago, it's just when Nene Leakes was on a show, it was her relationship with Nene Leakes. But I feel like since then it's just been a long wait. And I feel like it's definitely time to cut ties. I think that Cynthia has other stuff, other gigs going on. I know she's one of the episodes with all the housewives, the All Stars, the house. So she's on that. So I can't wait to see that either. But I just feel like her time with the girls in Housewives of Atlanta is up, and I really wish Cynthia the best of luck. I think she's gonna do great wherever she's at. But yeah, so Sin, what are your thoughts on Cynthia leaving the show?
I mean, I'm with you all. Honestly, I feel like it was due time that Cynthia left the show, to be quite honest. She didn't give us anything last season. She always played neutral. I know they were saying they were going to offer her like a friend of the show and stuff. Like there was talks about that, but I guess maybe she didn't want to accept it, and then she just wrote this letter that she's going to, her departure letter. I don't really have too much to say about her departure. I feel like she left in a beautiful, a grand standard. She got married. She found her Mr. Right, her her my chill or my kill. So I think that she left in a good, like, this was a perfect way for her to exit the show.
And I like to just piggyback on that. And I feel like also we've seen some of the milestones with Cynthia. We know from Noelle just being Noelle. I think I would say with all the ladies, kids growing up, we've seen that. Like look at Candy's daughter. She's off to college. So I feel like we've been there since day one, seeing how, as the children are maturing, all the different milestones they're reaching from her marriage to Peter, and then her marriage to, and then the divorce, and then now married to Mike Hills. So I feel like we've seen a lot of, different events that happened in Cynthia's life. And I feel like Cynthia herself knew possibly that it was time for her to part ways with Bravo, especially after that whole wedding during the C19. So I felt like that was it was everyone, it got everyone talking. So she was like, I can't come back from this, and I really need to, buy my grace and part ways.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I agree. She faded out for me, and I think that she realized like that she had nothing else to give, and that these girls was going to, you know, going to continue to flourish, and that she was not going to be able to keep herself relevant enough to hang in with the new girls that were going to come, and that she knew that. she really had no place anymore on the show. The dynamics was starting to change, and she knew that the network was going to want to reduce her. See, Cynthia knew that. Cynthia was, I'm pretty sure, was very aware that there's a possibility that they may ask her to reduce her role and reduce her pay for this coming season. So Cynthia kind of was prepared, I think, preparing for that because she knew it was a possibility. But when they didn't offer her a contract to come back as a peach holder, she had to, she did let her know then. And I think in her mind she knew, okay, yeah, I'm done with this show. Like I gotta start making plans for after the show. So Cynthia, I wish you the best. You my girl's friend. Y'all, you were a good friend to my girl on the show. You held her down. You was her ride or die. And I know she's gonna miss you being by her side, but she got Candy in. She got a fighter on her side. So I'm glad with that. She got somebody that will buck if they need to buck.
Yeah, who's actually gonna it's like with Portia gone, who's gonna be trying King? But I thought all those newbies, they're definitely gonna want to, of course they're gonna try one of the OGs. But let's actually not rejoice too much. So you know how Cynthia posted her goodbye letter. Well, I think she took it down and then she posted this. An interesting change of plans for this sweet peach.
Oh Lord.
All right. Okay.
Oh
So
Lord.
I think it's because maybe there was some change of plan. Portia leave, and maybe they were able to work out something.
I hope she's not a peach holder. She could just be a friend. Like I need some new. I need some new faces. Take in her in those two or three vacant. They got three vacant spots. So I need some. I need three new faces. Maybe one OG like Sheree. Somebody I know can be messy and stir the pot. And and I know they got some other girls looking at, but I don't need Cynthia to come back and be a peach holder. Like that would just drive me crazy. Like we don't. I don't know. So I hope this is not what it is.
Well, I know, like I'm just like, well, it looks like she like her departure from Real Housewives, she's not departing too soon. There looks like there may be some change of plans, so we may be seeing Cynthia next season. Now,
Oh Lord.
now let's move on to okay. So you talked about we know there's going to be new people, right? So
Hmm.
how many vacant spots are there? So
Three.
Portia left.
Yeah, Nene's peach that was never taken. Her peach was never taken. Portia's exit and then Cynthia's presumed exit, but maybe may not be. So if Cynthia's coming back, then it'll be two peaches left to grab.
Oh, okay. So there was only five peach holders last year. There used to be six,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So there's three more. So they're gonna be really adding some fresh blood back into this mix of these.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? Do you what what is your perspective on how Housewives is going so far? Like how can they revive to how they used to be?
They need to really like cast some cast some fresh faces. I really feel like they need to find a housewife that live beyond the gates. Go back to how they did season one. Find somebody that lives, like I said, beyond the gates. Nene or Sheree or somebody like that they found back then. A solid, a real housewife that lives in Atlanta. That's a housewife. That's a mom that's really about that housewife's life. Bring somebody on like that, and that really can change the dynamic a little bit because it'll bring back that old feeling of we have a real authentic housewife that lives in Georgia. That's a mom. That's not a celebrity. That's not a singer. That's not an actress. That's not a has been somebody that we don't know. Somebody completely new. I think that will definitely help shake it up a little bit and bring some Jewishness to it, and somebody younger. 'Cause we need somebody young, somebody that's hot. Like I like Latoya. She was perfect because she was young and hot, and she, could easily entice the husbands if she wanted to. So
Mm.
somebody like that, they really can like trigger these women a little bit, and become like a threat. So I like her, and of course, Marlo needs a peach. I'm ready for my girl to have a peach. It's time to show the world what she got. It's time. So add Marlo in as a peach holder, get a new face, get some new faces, and we got a good cast.
Right. I just feel like I don't want a fan of the show because that's how I felt. I was kind of like I felt Toy was definitely a fan of the show. Like she watched the show, and you can kind of see it. Last season, you can tell when people. You know how you can tell when someone is a fan of the show. Like
Hmm.
although okay, we are all fans of, but it's like they're act. You can tell they watched the show. They're like a fan of the show.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I just want somebody who can they can bring it, but they're not like too like they're not too much into like the whole like social media, but like they are actually they have like they're actually balling. They actually have money, you know, like a
Yeah, I can
housewife.
see it.
That's yeah. That's why I feel like Fallon was she would have been a good housewife,
Oh
but
yeah, she was beautiful,
yeah,
stunning.
yeah.
Been perfect. I mean, would have been a perfect addition, and her and Kenya are friends, and she's gorgeous. You got Kenya that's gorgeous, Team Pretty over there, and it was a perfect dynamic. I think that she would have really like added a different element to the show, and then if she would have came back this season and Portia came back, that sit down would have been iconic. I could see it now in my head. That would have been amazing. Her as a peach holder, Portia as a peach holder, they haven't have the conversations that they would have had about Simon and everything, and the mess that it would have been. That would have been a perfect season. Perfect season.
Right. Right. Especially that sit down. But Portia, she's like, nah, like, yeah, this is not about to happen. Like, cause she knows they're gonna hold her accountable. They're going to hold her. Those girls are going to hold her account. They're gonna be on her throat.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. So uh, it's gonna go on. It's
It
gonna the show's
is.
gonna fly. So
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the potential newbies that they're looking into. Okay, so the first one that's been ringing a bell is let me pull it up. Sonia Richard Ross, Olympian, athlete, world, she's an Olympian for sure. So a very like she's an athlete.
mhm.
That's who they're thinking about bringing in Sonia Richard Ross. Do you know about her or
I'm familiar with her. I watched her reality show. She had a reality show years ago on WeTV, and I actually watched it, and it was a really, really good reality show. And she really was interesting. She has a bubbly personality,
Hmm.
very down to earth, and she has a housewife look. I could see her as a housewife. I could see her holding the peach. I could see her mingling with the girls. My concern would be, her and how her interactions with the ladies. Would she have good chemistry with the girls? Because they're going to be testing her, like they always do the girls, they test and see how they do. So if she
Hmm.
does well, then we know she may be a potential peach holder. So my thing is, how will she mesh? How she will mesh with my girl Kenya? Is she gonna come in, pulling the juicadora, trying to faking and trying to make a beef happen with Kenya just to sustain a peach, or she gonna come in being organic and authentic like Cynthia and get to know everybody for herself and don't form any opinions about anyone, so that's my thing, how she gonna come onto the show, and then her being married, like my mom, like I'm hoping that which I'm pretty sure she probably is a fan of the show. So I'm wondering, is she's going to keep in her mind that this show does destroy marriages. So will she come in and protect her marriage and not allow it to be tainted?
Hmm.
So that's my thing. Like, how she going to handle that aspect? Because I know she watched the show. So yeah.
Right. Well, I definitely have to say she definitely has the housewife look. Like if you look at you like, okay, I can see her.
Yeah.
on the show. She has a look for sure. I didn't know she had a television show because I always just knew her as, an Olympian, like a track star, an Olympian. Like that's how I always knew her as, like, athlete, world renowned athlete. So I didn't know she actually had a show. That is really, and that's really good to know. Like, so she's very family oriented. So she's very, like, she's very good with the camera. How to work her angles and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
That's
definitely,
good.
definitely good with the camera, and her husband. He was really entertaining to watch on her reality show. Um, and he doesn't seem like the type of guy that really would uh want to get into the drama. Like he doesn't seem like that type of guy. Because on her show, he really wasn't all about the drama. He was all just he was very like chill and very just cool. So I don't see her husband come off like the type of person that would want to be or engage in the mess of it all. So we shall see.
Okay, yeah, exactly. We shall see. Okay, so speaking of also newbies, we also have, now I don't know too much about her, but this is a potential person that they are also looking into. Her name is Rosina, and according to some of the reports, so her name is Rosina Nugesi. She is one of the girlfriends of Akon, and she's rumored to be allegedly joining the cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she's rumored to be introduced as a friend of Sheree.
Hmm.
Yeah, so she's gonna be one of the potential. Hold on, let me make sure I have her. Yep, this is her, Rosanna. So, I mean, if she's associated with Sheree, I mean, she's associated, one, she's going to be introduced by Sheree, and she's associated with Akon. I mean, come on in, be a housewife. Let's get the show started.
Oh yeah, that's mess right there in the cell, child. She coming in with
Exactly.
Sheree.
And that's what we want. Like we want to be entertained. That's why we watch Bravo. That's why we watch these reality shows. Come on, Rosanna. What is, as long as she comes in, does her thing, and open minded, and yeah, like, come on in. We welcome you with full arms.
Yes, and as long as she can get Akon to film, get him on camera, let us see how
Right?
y'all interact with each other. Let's get him on the camera and see what he says and what we can get out of him, what the girls can get out of him. Like I want to see him on the show too. So yes.
Right. I mean, this is, if they cast her and she's related to Akon, this is like top tier. This is not like any B list. This is Akon.
Uh-uh.
This
Yeah.
is top tier. They can really get their status up there back again.
Oh yeah, and then Akon has other girlfriends and stuff like that, so there'd be some mess. Cause then those, we could, there's a lot in itself right there that they could talk about, like her dealing with all that and how she feels and the drama. Cause I'm pretty sure there's a lot of drama on dealing with that as a girlfriend, you know,
Hmm. He's
of
married.
of many. So
Right, he has a lot of wives. So this is like top tier. So if they can
mm,
sign that deal, like, this is perfect. Like, people like me and Sisters Talk, like, this is what we're looking for. We're not looking for you. No offense to, like, other, like, since that YouTube, since no offense to, like, I always tell Latoya, I always felt she was a fan of the show, and that's how I felt like she acted, like a fan of the show. YouTube sensation. This is what we like. People like, this is what we're looking for. You know, the
oh
eight.
yeah,
Yeah, like we're looking for top tier. So if they're gonna cast her and she's associated with Akon, this is
epic.
perfect. It's all we
Yes.
need.
Yes, and I've been wanting them to like re-diversify their cast because they haven't had a person outside of black since Kim left the show. So she'll be a great shakeup because she's obviously mixed in culture. You can look at by looking at her. I'm pretty sure she's mixed with different cultures. So her having somebody that's not black on the show will be definitely a different shakeup because it's been a while. It's been about 5 seasons, 6 seasons.
Yeah, that exactly. I know, like since Kim, no offense, but Kim actually with her on it was a different dynamic. You had this girl who was obviously she knew how to hang out with the, like she knew how to hang out with the crew, right? And she knew how to fit. She
Sister.
knew how, go ahead, Nikki.
So she know how to hang out with the sisters.
Yeah, she knew how to hang out with the sisters,
Hmm.
and but she also they checked her when they needed to, like they would check. But Kim also held her own too.
Oh yeah. Kim was not no punk, and that's why I loved her. Cause Kim would go toe to toe with Nene, with Candy, like she was not they was not gonna punk Kim. Period. And that's what I loved
Kim,
about Kim. Kim held her own 10 toes down.
Kim was no punk. Kim, y'all, I'm telling no sin because it was a recap, right? We go through the recaps of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and remember when Nene and Kim were always at it. Remember, and Kim would never back down from Nene leaks. Kim was always at it. She always had to come back for Nene leaks. So I was like, man, Kim is not the one to be played with. Like she will, she's not like the no, she's not like no, she's not like the rest.
A
She
typical
fits in with the
Karen.
girls. She fits in with the girls.
Oh yeah, she was not no pushover, but she definitely was a part of the crew and definitely fit in with those peaches. Cause to go toe to toe with Nene and get in Nene face and put your hand in Nene face, you got some balls. Cause Nene is one tough cookie. So when I first seen Kim and Kim stood toe to toe with Nene, I said, yeah, I'm a rock with that one. Cause anybody can take Nene 1 on 1 and let her know and call her and let her know how what she said and how she said it and not afraid to say it to Nene's face. Oh yeah.
Even Sheree, she used to go toe to toe with Sheree too.
Yeah. She let Miss Sheba Sheree have it too, honey. Oh yes.
Kim, yes, like Kim used to go toe to toe with Sheree, and anybody could get it for Kim. That's the thing. Like she wasn't scared to like say what she needs to say.
At
And
all.
she and y'all know Kim came. Y'all remember the issue with a lot of girls had with Kim was that she never stayed majority of the time. Like when they would have events, she would always have an excuse to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Kim was buck. I'm telling you, Kim did not regard no one. She did what she wanted to do. She was a boss. She's like, I'm not staying. And she left. She would leave in the middle of, she wouldn't even give no one heads up. Kim was about it. She's like, I don't need permission from y'all. When I said I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. And she didn't give no one any reasons of what she was doing. She was about it.
Oh yeah, Kim was like, look, this is what I'm gonna bring. This is who I am. Either you can take it or you leave it, because I'm not gonna change. And when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. I got to get home to my kids. I gotta go get home to see Cora. I gotta get up out of here. Even if
Yeah.
she just really wanted to get out so she can go drink, she was getting up out of there. She was not trying to be around them ladies. And I liked it because Kim was being honest. She wasn't being fake and sitting there knowing that she was miserable being at these events. She said, "Hey, I got to go." Production, they didn't care. That was good for them. It was entertaining to watch her leave, pregnant and all. She left when she was, we watched her wobble out of the restaurant pregnant. So yeah, Kim was about it.
Kim, exactly. Kim, what Kim Zolciak.
Yes, Kim Zolciak, and the only housewife to have had a successful spinoff that lasted more than one season. Because Candy tried it with Miss Kim. Tried it with Miss Kim because I saw something on social media with a fan came for Candy, and Candy said, no, Kim, actually it was Kim that made a comment about Candy's commercials and was calling them commercials, one season commercials. And Candy tried to clap back with the, oh, I've had multiple spinoffs, yada yada, but Candy, they lasted one season, and she considered those spinoffs because she had multiple successful. Those part a successful spinoff is the one that lasts multiple seasons, sweetie. So I'm like, Candy girl, if you gotta confuse, baby. Kim had a spinoff that lasted 8 seasons. Eight, that's a long time to be on air. Oh, almost a decade.
That is.
Doing and half the season was trash. But they filmed it and she made money off of it. So I am mad at Kim. The Kim made the best of what she had to do on Bravo and she got them checks. So
That's Kim Zolciak.
yeah. Don't be tardy for the party. Oh
Patty, Kim,
Yes.
Kim,
But do
Kim.
you?
Huh?
Okay, I was gonna ask. Okay, so what was your favorite? Okay, let's just take a moment, right? What were your favorite Kim moments in the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Ooh, my favorite Kim moment would have to be. Ooh, that's a good question. Question.
It's
She
a
has so
lot,
many
right?
moments. Oh, my favorite. Mm, would have to be the. It was a tie between the tour bus when her and Nene went at it, and she read Nene
Yeah.
about being an intern at 11 Alive, honey, and shut Miss Cynthia down. And then at the reunion when she told Candy, ain't nobody raising my kids but me, and shut Miss Kim down. So those two right there, you can shut them two down with just a quick read. Kim did it for me in those two moments. 'Cause I was like, oh, okay, Kim. She done came for Nene, but she let Miss Candy have it. I said, all right now, Kim. So them two my
Kim.
favorite tie.
Yeah, I think my see. I would have to agree with you. Was on a tour bus too.
Oh yeah.
Nene, it was something with Sweetie. You know, Nene's was it Nene's? Well, I don't know. I'm sorry. Her
Kim's assistant.
assistants. Yes, Kim's
Mm-hmm.
assistants. Sweetie, and Nene had an issue with Sweetie, and I can't continue. I can't stop laughing.
It
I
was a
guess
mess.
it was a huge, it was a mess, like a real. You know what's so funny was that Candy was on a tour bus with them when they were. I think they were going to Miami. I remember they were
Mm-hmm.
going to Miami to visit one of Kim's friends, and Sweetie was on the bus. The rest of the girls had already got there, so I think it was Nene, Kim, and Candy was on one bus. And throughout the
Yes.
whole entire bus, Kim and Nene were going back at it.
Oh yes. That was like watching David and Goliath. Cause I mean, Nene was so angry. Like it was like something took over Nene. It then Kim was like, because when Kim gave me life when she told me to get her hand out her face. The way she said it, I was like, okay, Kim ain't having it. What you're not gonna do is put your hand in my face. That right there was enough for me to say, Kim, okay, I can rock with Kim because Kim ain't gonna let Nene just disrespect her at
Yeah,
all,
never a punk. She was never a punk.
ever. Ever. Now she can't fight, but she can use her words very well, and she can go back and forth to you with those words. But it's one thing about Kim. Kim is know how to throw them insults out, and she know how to cuss real good.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yes.
So, what about your moments? Any moments that you had of Kim?
Yeah, so some of the moments I had of Kim, I don't know, like it was a lot of moments to be quite honest. I think it
It,
was like the situation with. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It
yeah,
was a situation with Sweetie. Like you guys, it was like I
Sweetie.
yes, Sweetie. Like it was like she treated, and I think me. They got to a point where like she was like, no, like it's like Sweetie was like a SL to her, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Sweetie though, because I was like, Sweetie, Sweetie doesn't see the problem in it. She sees it as just I'm getting paid. But the way Kim would talk to that girl, I was just like, there's no way in where I can sit there and put up with that every day. Like, at some point, I would have to cuss Kim out. Like, now look, I know you paying me to do a job, but what we not gonna do is like, we got to set some boundaries. Like, we just can't talk to me like I'm just anybody. Like, I'm not your child. Like, we friends, and that was a problem too. They're friends and employee, and Kim would say things that she shouldn't say, and Sweetie kind of just and because we didn't see a problem in it, and I felt bad for her because I really felt like they had a friendship, and I really feel like it was not that serious, but Nene just had to blow it up. It's like, Lord, Sweetie, poor baby, poor baby.
yeah, it was definitely a lot of moments. Um, so yeah, like it's interesting to know how this is all going to turn out. Like, Sin just, it seems like, I mean, let's just say, who knows whether or not Cynthia was talking about in that little tweet or that little note that Sin just posted in regards, to what Cynthia was, I think, her response to this whole her leaving the show. I don't know. Maybe is this a turn? But I feel like if Cynthia decides to do take, I don't know if she's gonna be a housewife. She's gonna be, if she does decide to take that role. I don't know if I actually want to. After they wanted to make me a friend of the show, and I didn't want the contract. So it's like, if what if they do want her as as a peach holder? Like, do I go back to being a peach holder after they let me go? Like, I don't know how that I don't know how that scenario will look.
Yeah, because if that is the case with Cynthia, if I was her, they would have to they would have to really do something special for me. They would have to give me a spinoff or something, give me a bones or something. You done fired me publicly. I've been fired. I didn't get a contract. Y'all clearly not want me, but now y'all want me to come back. Yeah, y'all gonna have to give me a raise or some type of special incentive with the contract if I do sign it. Something. I mean, that's a lot to go through in a couple of months. To be fired, ask to reduce or take a reduced role, then you publicly quit, possibly ask to come back. Yeah, they would have to give me some type of incentive or something.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the. We'll just finish the conversation up with talk about a little bit about the storyline so far this season. I guess we only have three more housewives. Well, hold on, two more. Well, three. Drew, okay, let's three housewives. Drew, Cynthia, no, Drew, Kenya, and
Candy,
um
candy.
Candy. So let's talk about what do you guys think their storyline is going to be so far. So we'll end the conversation with that. So far, their storyline.
Hmm.
So we have Kenya, you guys' favorite girl, Kenya. Kenya,
Yes,
more hair care. Kenya, more
yes.
hair care.
She's
So
gone
she's
with the
actually on
wind.
Dancing with the Stars.
Yes, and doing an incredible job swirling for that mirror ball.
Hey,
Yes,
yes. Yes.
with her branding and her other branding. I'm like, yes, how perfect.
And doing it very and just delivering as always. We believe in you,
Yes,
Kenya.
we
Yes,
believe in
we do.
you. We
Tween twirl,
believe.
team twirl.
Yes, honey. She's so graceful and elegant, and just the sophistication that she exudes on that dance floor. It's a mind blowing to see because we saw Lanithia do it, and she didn't execute nearly as well her dance moves. She's very stiff, like a cardboard box. So to see someone black come on the show and actually produce what we black people call rhythm and fluidity is amazing to see. So I'm proud of my girl because I knew she could do it. Because I mean, we all seen her move. We all seen her do her dancing on the show, and we saw
Twirl.
her yes and twirling. So we kind of see yeah she had some dance moves there. So I'm just ecstatic for her and supporting her on her journey as she's killing it on that show.
She's doing amazing.
Amazing. While still being a full time mom to my Brookie. Yes.
Yes.
Oh gosh, you guys are so funny. You guys are really funny. Oh, okay. I have not. So, are you guys actually keep? So, you guys are Kenya support. You guys actually keeping up with Dancing with the Stars?
I am. I
Oh,
watch it. Yes, I repost on my Instagram. I vote for my girl. Support, support, support. That we got. She's fabulous. She's going with the wind. You gotta support the queen, honey. The queen.
Lucy, you heard Jasper.
Of
Are
course.
are you okay? Jasper looks like Jasper is like actively. He's actively supported.
Yes. The queen, honey, the queen of the Atlanta Housewives, honey. She is the HPIC, the head peach in charge. So anybody come on that show gonna have to get through her, honey. They're gonna go to run through it by her. So yes.
So how do you feel that this is actually going her being on Dancing with the Stars? I don't even know if they're filming. So do you think this is actually going to be affecting her in production because she is on Dancing with the Stars? She's on another network.
Well, yesterday it was released on the blogs that Bravo gave her an ultimatum, to choose either film Dancing with the Stars or film Housewives, and basically they were saying that if she filmed Dancing with the Stars, they would not cover it as part of her storyline, which is very upsetting and frustrating because this is what she's doing in her life. And I get it's on another network, but they filmed Erica Jane from Beverly Hills when she was on the show. They filmed some of her journey on Dance with the Stars and other housewives. So why is it that when it's Kenya, they want to restrict her and only want her to film housewife related stuff and basically the drama? They don't want to show her doing anything outside of the drama. Like it's
Mhm.
unfair and frustrating as a viewer because this woman has single handedly carried the show on her back,
Mhm.
and she's been on there a long time. She's not gotten a spinoff. They've given Portia two.
Mhm.
Kennedy has had multiple spinoffs, and Nene has had one. Kim has had one, but Kenya has not been given anything from the
Right.
network. Like,
That's
where's her reward? Where's her reward for her hard work? Damn.
that's
Bravo.
I'm actually really happy for her to get this opportunity because I've been on her Snapchats looking
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. She seems really happy. Her daughter is there, so this is like a one of maybe a big breakthrough for her. That she
It
got this
is.
opportunity because she hasn't never had a spinoff or anything.
Nothing.
And this is like, I feel like this should have been her storyline. This could have been her storyline.
It really could have because it
Yeah,
shows a different side of her, and I feel like
it
the
does.
fans, the haters, only are judging her based off the what they see on the show, which is her primarily in drama. So doing this, we see Kenya on a different side of her, getting prepared for the show, how
Mhm.
excited that she is,
Her
how much
being
she
a single
means to her.
mom.
Yes, and doing
Yeah,
it all
yeah,
with such grace and class. So to see
yeah.
that and they're not going to capture it, it's unfair.
Yeah, that's not cool. They don't. That's not cool because I think they even captured it with Nina when she was on, and then they captured Candy going to work for Chicago. Not when she was
Yes,
in Chicago. It's like, and that's a different network.
exactly. But see, what I'm starting to understand is that if there's an executive or two at the network that has an issue or dislike for Kenya because it's from the network. So if somebody that's in the network that has an issue or dislike for Kenya, which and they're not allowing Kenya to do certain things when it comes to outside the show. Like she's done Celebrity Apprentice, but that was on NBC, their network branch. So that was not a conflict. But her doing something with ABC shouldn't have been a conflict because other housewives have done it. They've done other housewives have done other networks, other things, and then this stuff is she's doing it with the stars before they start even taping a new season. So it shouldn't even been a conflict because there's no issue. Like y'all not filming, so she's doing. She has to make money. This is a check. Which I want her to do, just wait and not get paid to do anything. Like I don't understand. Like I said, I don't understand why that whoever it is, whatever executive it is at Bravo, what's the issue? Like this woman is y'all cash cow. Like she is keeping the show afloat. Like if she leaves, y'all might as well cancel the Atlanta girls because there's no way the show's gonna survive if she goes.
Yeah, you guys are just waiting for her to get. She's gonna be waiting for her to get a contract while there's other people, other networks, maybe that want her on a show, and you guys think she can turn that deal down? Yeah, I definitely see what you. Yeah, I definitely see that for sure, for sure, for sure. And I'm happy. I'm genuinely happy. It looks like she's
Yeah.
really having a good time. She's having fun. She's excited. She's like so motivated to dance. Like, yes, that's really good,
And
Kenya.
she's 50 and looks gorgeous.
She
She's
looks
50
great
and
for her age.
fabulous. I'm like, Kenya, I mean, she looks stunning. Like she's a new 30. Like she's 50, but she's giving us 30 at 50. Like she looks amazing. Like she looks so fresh. She looks so youthful. Her body is just banging. I mean, she's doing it.
Right. Well, I have to give Kenya her flowers on that. She definitely really deserves this opportunity. Very well deserved.
Yes, and I'm proud of her, and I'm keep rooting for her, and I'm gonna keep speaking into existence. She's going to make it to the at least to the end or
Yeah.
halfway point of the show. She's going to surpass Nene. It's my dying wish for her to surpass Nene on this show. She has to. There's no way this woman can get kicked off before Nene, because Nene got kicked off went midway into the show. So Kenya has to make it far. I'm going if it takes every breath in my body, she's going to make it to the end, or at least past Nene's journey on that show. So yes, Team Twirl.
Team Twirl,
Yes.
getting your flowers.
Yes. I'm going with the win, fabulous.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we have talked. Okay, so we got three ladies down. We know pretty much what Kenya's possibly storyline would it be. Now let's look at Drew and our last two ladies standing, Drew and Candy storyline.
Mm,
Uh,
mm, mm.
all
What's
I know, Candy storyline better not be about Riley going to college, Dylan Riley going to college.
or child support, child.
Or block, yeah. But I don't. Okay, so all I know, since Portia has left, I don't know whereabouts of Shamia. Drew's gonna have a hard time this season, especially with the likes of Kenya coming back. They're going to give Drew a hard time.
Oh yeah, cause she don't have Portia to back her up.
Exactly. That's I know that for sure. Kenya's gonna give Drew a hard time.
Oh yeah, and deservedly so, because when you come for the queen, you shall feel her wrath. So now she's gonna feel the wrath of Kenya not liking her this season.
Right. Like she's gonna get Kenya is going to get her because Portia's not like her crew is not gonna be there. Portia has left. Drew is she's gonna definitely um get Kenya's wrath for sure. But what about Candy? Candy.
See, my issue with Candy is all this restaurant drama, her failing health inspections and stuff happened prior to them filming. That's what should have been like covered. So I'm frustrated with Bravo, like why they didn't capture it on camera. Because they could have filmed all that going on, saved the footage, edited it, and incorporated it into the rest of the season. Because what else is Candy got going on? She's I know she's a Broadway play, boring. Nobody wants to hear about that. Like, so I'm trying to figure out what else can Kenny talk about. She ain't having no more kids. Rise in college. Unless her and Ty got some issues. Now I was hearing some stuff that I was hearing that Ty was creeping. So maybe they may be brought up about those rumors about Ty possibly creeping on Candy or having some type of things going on outside that Candy does not know about. Other than that, I don't see what else Candy's gonna talk about. Like, unless she has some drama with one of the ladies.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's why I feel like Candy can also he she can also go too because it's like
She could.
yes to be if we're being totally honest because she could go to be quite honest. I just felt like they could start a whole new chapter and just build it off of Kenya because he's literally the only person given something
Exactly, and they put it's like all the
since
they
Portia left.
pressure on her. Yes, like
Yeah.
all the weight is on Kenya to keep carrying the show, but Kenya can't keep carrying the show by herself. Like, she needs women around her that can be supporting castmates and carry their weight.
Hmm.
It's unfair, and that's my thing. Like, they should like it needs to be balanced. That's what that was my issue with Cynthia and Candy. Like, both of them got paid six figures to do nothing these last couple of seasons. Literally, Candy said an eight in every scene. They paying you six figures, and you the highest paid housewife, and you do nothing. I don't make that make sense.
Right. And it's also like they play it was like the it was like they were going back. I don't know. It was like they were going back and forth, and no one stood it. No one. I don't know. It was just they didn't really have much of a story. It was like play. I don't know, Switzerland. That's how they were acting, like Switzerland. But yeah, I'm just like, at least have a show, right? And then build it off of, since she's only the, let's say, okay, let's take Portia, Cynthia. We know that those ladies are leaving. Okay. But Kenya, outside of those, Kenya's the only person that really gave something, built the show off of her. Like, I don't
Mhm.
want any more friends of the show if Candy come in on the show, because we already seen what happened with Latoya. Yeah.
Mhm.
So build off of Kenya, like have the show be started off of her. You know.
Exactly. And I think that would make more sense and bring some fresh faces. You
Hmm.
know, have Kenya, maybe Kenya could
Bring
uh
somebody of her.
bring somebody, a friend of hers, like they could get
Yeah.
Tracy Edmonds. That's one of her closest friends. She can come on the
Really?
show. That'd be iconic because that's Babyface's ex-wife. Uh,
And
a lot there to talk about, and she's fabulous. That would be perfect.
right. That's what I like. Top tier. Like
Yes,
that's what
A-list.
I want to get into. Top tier
Yes.
classified information.
Yes, because Portia declassed the show in the words of Lanithia, honey. She declassed the show, so we need to judge it up and reclass the show, bring some
Yeah.
class.
Classified information. That's what I like. If that's what they're talking about, like I like that.
A-listers, honey, real A-listers.
Playlist. Yeah. You see how they got Garcelle in Beverly Hills? We need one of those.
Yeah, somebody with some credits, because Portia's claim to fame was housewife. She didn't have anything prior to the show that we knew of. That's why I love Kenya because I follow Kenya's career outside of the show, so I know Kenya has credits. I know her history. I know she's done work. She's pre-housewife, like Candy. She's pre-housewife. Like I need a housewife that has some type of longevity before the show, and they lead the show now. They will still have a legacy to lead their children and lead the world. So I need
Mm,
A-listers like Tracy Evans will be a great addition. Somebody like that, somebody with that we know we can learn a lot about. And she could bring Babyface on the show. He could film a couple of scenes and get to know him
exactly.
more outside of just the studio. Like, that would be a perfect addition to the show.
Right. This is what we're talking about right here. Like we're talking about top tier. So if they want to bring someone like Tracy Edmonds, she can bring Deion Sanders. They can bring Akon. This is what we're talking about right here.
Yeah,
Like
and Vivica Fox, throw her
and
in there too.
exactly. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. This is what housewives, money, went living behind the gate. This is what we're talking about.
Yes, the elite.
Elite, yes, like we miss like when you saw, like we saw the like let's look at, we knew when Greg Leaks had it. Greg Leaks
Oh
had
yeah.
the Nene Leaks. It was like it was so much fun watching like black women who just had money, that just
Yes.
worked and just did all kinds of things. Like this is what we want these people to come. This is what we're talking about. Like not just like, okay, reality YouTube sensation, reality tube. No, like we're talking about people who have, they've made a name for themselves. Now they're just enjoying their lifestyle.
Yes, we want people
Like,
from the upper echelon of society. We want those
yeah.
grand, fabulous wives that throw events out throughout the year. Or, we want that back because in the early season they threw events every week. There was an event wrong. Deshaun threw an event. Neen threw an event.
Yeah.
Kim threw an event. Sheree threw an event. Like that's what we miss. Those fabulous, grand,
Yeah.
luxurious events and those fabulous trips they went on.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Like it allows you to imagine, oh wow, I wish like this is, oh I like this. You can like, wow. Like you can be wow. I remember they threw like in grand style too. They carry their purse, they have their heads up high, very upper echelon. This is like bring Tracy out. Yeah, it's like this is what we want.
Yes, let's do some upscale it. Let's give the show a facelift. Let's rejuvenate the archway and give it a facelift with some
Yeah.
A-list divas.
Right. Even if they want to throw in a good old Southern Belle and Phaedra, I like that too.
Yes, Bring back Miss Feifei. Yes.
Yeah, like she can be carry her purse and be a good Southern belle, like that. Like just bring that's like the echelon of That's what we're talking about, the reality show aspect of it. Yeah,
Yes, bravo. You see this. Listen to us. We're gonna help y'all rejuvenate RHOA. We're gonna help y'all bring it back to its glory days. You have
right,
to we have to rejuvenate and refresh and give the show a face to live and start from scratch and build around Kenya. Just build around her and she has some fabulous friends in Hollywood.
right.
She
Like
does.
I know that there's a lot of um fabulous black women known in Hollywood, like OG Hollywood, like 1990s Hollywood. Those are the people that we want. And there's a lot
Yes.
that lives in Atlanta. So I don't understand what like when it comes to talent search, they're having a obviously something's going on with talent. They can't I don't know. When it comes to talent, like it's just go to Buckhead. You will find mm.
They can find some good talent, like some great talent. Like it's some great like I would even be here for like a Selena Johnson. Like I love Selena Johnson. Like she would be a perfect addition
Right.
because she's real and we've seen her on R&B Diva, so we know she knows how to work this reality TV thing. So I would love to see her on here, and she's friends with Kenya, so I think that'll be a great addition as well. You know.
Right. Build a show off of Kenya. I think it's about time they should really build it around her. I know they want to go younger, but you already saw like what happened when they brought in fans of the show, like a Drew or a
Or Portia.
Latoya. Yeah, people who already watched the show, like they're just fans of the show.
It went to a ratchet level. Like this is the Real Housewives. This is not Love and Hip Hop. So we need to keep it in the vein of Real Housewives. You
Right.
know, and that itself we was fabulous housewives, 6 fabulous housewives, showing their lifestyles behind the gates, throwing
Right.
fabulous events and living their lives. That's what we want to see. So
Yeah. And even if we want to watch if we want to watch Love and Hip, we can watch that too. But we want Real Housewives of Atlanta going
yes.
behind the gate, rich women like doing their like just spending like that's what we want. Like at least living out our fantasies.
Exactly. Through them, honey. Watching them spend money and buying this and buying that, or moving to bigger homes, or just
Cousin, yeah,
creating businesses and
right.
doing things. That's what we want to see. Like King has already started there. She has a multi-million-dollar hair empire. Like she literally did it herself. So like that's what we want to see. We want to see people who actually have real careers, not just fans of the show. We don't want to see that. We want real women
Oh, it
on the
looks like
show.
they're Jasper. Something might have been going on, but yeah. So we were just talking about they just really need to revamp Real Housewives of Atlanta for sure. They really need to revamp it. Hopefully, we can get some notable top tier talents back on our screen, rebuild around the Kenya Moore. She can bring in some of her friends of the show, rebuild around that. Let's get to know, Kenya a little bit more. Let's get some character
Hmm.
development um about Kenya. Since Portia's not going to be there, we know Cynthia is possibly leaving. So let's go ahead and you know build around Kenya. Now, Lucy Lou,
I'm
Lucy,
here.
Lucy Okay, any last minute thoughts on this? Any last minute thoughts about this? And we'll go ahead and close out.
Well, I would just like to say that
Okay, looks like we may
I'm
be having some
interested.
technical difficulties. So I'll just go ahead and close out. I hope you guys all like the just kind of updates and stuff. And if you're watching the replay, let us know what your thoughts are. I just want to say thank you to Jasper for joining us today. He is the King of Shades underscore one I think on
Yes.
Instagram, but I'll have his link and stuff in the description. Thank you so much, Jasper.
Oh, you're
Thank you, Lucy.
welcome.
This was a great talk. I really enjoyed it. Thank you all for those who, left us a comment. Thank you, B. Thank you, Sincere. We really appreciate that. And once again, I'm Sin, one of our Sisters Talk TV, and thank you all for joining us this evening.
Yes,
Peace, love,
and
and blessings.
yes, and before we go, make sure you guys